Hey everyone, and welcome to the P-Wing. So today we are going to do an unboxing on Shadows of Adam. And before we start, I would just like to say that Adam is not a guy in this game. Adam is the name of the hometown you start in, and there are shadows over the hometown. I had always thought that the name of the game was pretty weird and kind of goofy, and I must admit, I didn't start playing the game because of the name, because I thought it was so goofy that it couldn't be a good game. Don't judge a book by its cover. Because I started to play this game last night, I have the standard version as well, and ladies and gentlemen, this game is pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm so glad that I started playing the game last night, and I started it because I knew that the collector edition would arrive today. And there is a little guide in this game that I was pretty excited to check out, and I was like, maybe I should start playing the game when I get the guide. I don't know if the guide will spoil the whole journey, I don't hope so, but I have heard that some of the things in the game are pretty cryptic, so maybe it will be pretty chill to have the guide laying beside you and feel like you're living back in the 90s. I don't know, it started a little sparkle in me that I heard when we got a guide in the game, a big art book with a guide to show all the secrets and things like that. I don't know why, but it reminded me back in the 90s when I was a child. So I think it was pretty fun to start playing the game. And I have played around, I don't know, 3 hours today, and I'm very positive about the game. I must admit, I can't wait to play further. So Shadows of Adam is a classic RPG game that you remember back in the 90s, and but with a modern take. So there isn't any random encounter in the game. You can see all the enemies. I still like random encounters, but in this game they have made it pretty well, and I really like it. So judge out from the 3 hours I had played, I really think that they had nailed the graphic. It reminds me of a Super Nintendo game, and they have really nailed the music. The music fits the game very well, and the character design in the game is just amazing. Still simple and reminds you of the old school game, but even though the characters are very simple in the design, they still have a lot of charm and personality. They have a great way to show the feelings, even though it's just pixel-made characters. And one thing I'm very surprised by the game is the sense of humor there are in the game. So there are some talking in the game because it's of course a RPG, but it's so funny to read all the lines in the game. It's so funny, and don't take it too seriously, even though that the story itself is pretty dark. They still manage to have a good sense of humor without destroying the history. I still think that they can be serious, and they have a lot of humor in the game as well. As an example, your 3 main characters at the beginning, after an hour in the game, you have started your journey, and they are sitting beside a bonfire, and the main character is falling asleep, but the girl, she can't fall asleep, and she's looking at the stars. And then the 3rd character wakes up and sees she's still awake, and he asks her, why are you not sleeping? And she said, I can't sleep. And then he said, maybe you can meditate with me. And she says, no, I'm not into that kind of things. And then he says, and I must admit, I smile about the next comment. And then he says, I can put a sleep spell on you. I know it's just a simple little touch, but I really thought that, oh, that's good. Put a sleep spell on her. It's just a funny, dumb comment, but I think actually it was a nice little change of pace in the pretty dark story you have in the game. So you start with playing as the guy together with the girl, and the hometown, Adam, is saying that all the troubles that have been in the city is because of the girl that had arrived to the city. So she had been adopted by a woman called Lydia, the same name as my mom, and all the people think that she is the reason why Adam is under a spell, some kind of thing. And the main character you're controlling, he has lost his mom and dad, and they say that the ghost of Adam's father is telling that the new girl is the problem for the city. But that's not true. You find out pretty early in the game, so I won't say it's spoiling anything. And then you start your journey to find out what's the darkness that have come over the world. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to play further in the game. It shouldn't be that long of a game. You can complete it in around 10 hours to 15 hours, I've heard. So that's a pretty short RPG. But the pacing in the game already is very fast pacing, and there are a lot of secrets, hidden treasures. I'm very surprised by the game. And I had a blast with it, actually. So I don't think a lot of people have played this game, so if you are interested in classic JRPGs that remind you of the classic early 90s with a modern twist, I will really recommend you to check out this game. And they know, the developer, that they have made a game that is a love letter to the classic games back on the Super Nintendo, because in this collector edition you get a SNES cartridge and you get a SNES box. And here we have the official player guide, and we have the game itself, like that. And you can see here I have the standard version as well. So I won't open this. This will be kept sealed, so we can check out this one instead, so you can see how it looks inside. So we got the game here. And we get a beautiful artwork back on the cover. Pretty amazing. So yeah, we will keep this sealed, the other one. And then we have a classic Super Nintendo box. Pretty amazing. Super Famicom. Something classic. Shadow of Adam. Shadow of Adam. A retro JRPG built for the modern era. So yeah, I can really feel that. Yeah, really, it feels like a game back in the 90s with a modern touch. And the level up systems is great, and yeah, it's just a simple to navigate in the menu systems. It's just very satisfying to play in the game. Shadows of Adam's story is one with a deep narrative and interesting plot. The story revolves around 4 main characters. I only have met 3, but we have Asriel, Kellan, Curtis, and Talon. Okay, so Talon is actually the person we are looking for at the moment. So let's open it. Like that. So there should be a SNES cartridge inside. Of course it doesn't work, but I still think it's a nice little touch. So we got the SNES cartridge here. Pretty funny. And then we get the guidebook. Pretty awesome. Shadows of Adam, official player's guide. Cool. So I don't hope there will be any spoilers. So here we can see the map. So it's pretty big. We started up here. I can see Misty Woods. I have come to the castle at this point. So I can see there are a lot of different areas I have to visit. I'm still surprised that the game is only around 10 to 15 hours long. The heroes. I think we will just skim it because there are some little spoilers in this guidebook. So we can just see there are some maps that shows where the treasures are and yeah, some different things. But pretty cool with a strategy guide. But yeah, if you are just interested in playing classic JRPG games and love to have a modern touch on the game, judge out of the first 3 hours I played of the game, I will really recommend every JRPG lover to play this game. If the game holds up the standard that it already have, I will actually say is a hidden gem. But thank you so much everyone for watching the whole video. This was Daniel from P-Wing. Purple love to you all. Bye.